Hebrews 3:19 tells us that the reason Israel did not enter Canaan was unbelief. Instead of going after rebellion or idolatry or adultery or fornication or any of those kind of sins that so much is being talked about in today's society, the main disqualifying factor was their unbelief. What exactly was their unbelief all about? I mean, you look at Mount Sinai, and these people, they had committed idolatry, but Moses had intervened. He interceded for them, and they were saved, for the moment at least. But at the border of Canaan, when the spies returned and said, this is not going to happen, and they refused to go up into Canaan because they were scared, that is when even Moses' intercession did not help, and God said, this generation is going to die here. Did they not believe that God was God, or Yahweh was God? Were they thinking that God was not strong enough? What they were thinking was, we are smaller than the giants. We are incapable. So they were trying to enter Canaan based on their own strength. And that's why faith left them. And they couldn't, because they were entrusting God's empowerment to take them in. The real problem was they believed God when He saved them from Egypt, but they didn't believe Him to deliver Canaan into their hands. Many times, we trust Jesus to save us, and then we try to enter heaven with our own strength. We think of not doing that, not doing this, doing that thing, not doing this thing. But that's exactly the problem, because then you will fail. That's what happens to so many of us. We are trying to enter heaven someday when Jesus comes back by living godly lives. But godly life happens because of the work Jesus does in you. And that's how you enter Canaan. The victory over the giants in Canaan, the victory over the giants you're facing happens because of what Jesus does for you. And we have to believe Him to do it for us. We don't win over sin in our own strength. And until the day we trust Him completely and lean on Him, we will fail. So let me encourage you and remind you, like Paul did in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, when he says, I want to remind you of the gospel. I want to remind you, dear brothers and sisters, you may have subscribed to Jesus, but hey, He's the one who can save you from the power of sin. He's the one who takes down your giants. He's the one who gets you into Canaan. Stop doing it in your own strength and fall at His feet and say, Jesus, save me. Maybe you think you're saved. Maybe you're a worship leader. Maybe you're a preacher or a pastor. Don't care. All I want to tell you is, if you're still struggling with a habitual sin, a giant that is threatening your Canaan, and you yourself feel, Lord, will I ever go to heaven? Will I measure up when Jesus comes? It's time you came to Jesus and said, Jesus, save me. I've trusted partially in you, but I put all my trust in you, and He will save you. God bless you.